Hello and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. Despite decades of industrial advancement, lumber remains one of the most important commodities in the world. The global logging industry is responsible for cutting down millions of cubic meters of wood yearly, around 15 billion trees. The top logging countries include the United States, Canada, Brazil, Russia, and Indonesia. Of the countries on this list, Indonesia differs dramatically. Many of the residents live in isolated areas that lack both infrastructure and transportation. As such, the process of cutting and transporting lumber is very unique. Most countries use heavy, modern equipment to fell trees by the hundreds in a single day. In Indonesia, chainsaws and even hand axes are still the most common methods. Such methods require precision. On top of that, the loggers must also deal with the rugged, uneven terrain that includes high mountains, deep valleys, and dense tropical forests. While the tree is down, there is no way to transport it from such a remote location. For this reason, the loggers will first cut it into more manageable sections. To get those to their destination, these loggers have learned to rely on a surprising mode of transportation. Specially modified motorbikes are fitted with heavy chains to give them additional traction in the mud and dirt as they carry hundreds of pounds of lumber to the nearby town.
Ya ada kalau cuaca nggak hujan mah nggak pakai rantai juga kan bisa dilewati. Tapi kalau hujan mah licin harus pakai rantai bannya biar kita bisa lewati.
Once the rider is in place, the logs will be fastened to a set of wood railings stretched across the bike.
Kalau nggak dipakai ojek palang, pakai pikul ya. satu orang cuman dapat sedikit, Bu. Kalau ojek palang itu berimbangan sama 5 orang yang pikul itu. Satu ojek palang, Bu.
Motorbikes are common and affordable in the Indonesian archipelago. More importantly, they can easily reach places where trucks cannot. The cut logs and sticks are arranged from heaviest to lightest, and great care is taken to help balance both sides.
Kalau bisa harus ada yang di belakangnya.
Caranya ya ditaruh di sini aja, bawaannya harus seimbang. Kalau ada yang kecil bisa ditaruh di belakang. Kalau yang panjang biasanya ditaruh di pinggir-pinggir.
The logs are typically held in place by chains, ties, or straps. Once the load is secure, the journey begins. With several hundred pounds or more on top of the bikes, most riders must travel slowly at first, especially when going uphill. In the case of higher trees, loggers will use makeshift harnesses to lift themselves up. Here, they can use machetes and axes to cut down smaller branches. It's common for some of these men to work over 100 feet in the air. In other cases, they will use teamwork to bring the trees down. One team will pull while another cut at the base of the tree. Ever committed to ingenuity, some loggers use 2 sets of tandem bikes for larger trees. This allows for more power and speed, but also requires extensive communication between the 4 riders. It's a way to get the efficiency of a truck in places where trucks simply can't go.
Apa ya, hobi motor, terus ada penghasilan pun bisa jadi ya.
With 4 independently movable wheels, the makeshift logging truck is extremely effective at navigating tight paths and trails.
Posisi kayu harus pakai 4 motor itu kan dikarenakan kayunya besar, panjang. Kalau 2 motor nggak bisa muat, keberatan.
However, small logging operations like this are still integral to the nation's industry as a whole. These men are not in Indonesia, but they nonetheless live in a very remote area. They are part of a French lumberjacking tradition that dates back hundreds of years. Like the Indonesians, they have a unique way of transporting the wood they cut.
Le chisage, c'est une ancienne technique pour descendre du bois de la montagne sur une sorte de traîneau qu'on appelle la schlitt.
Ça glisse pas du tout.
Whether there is snow or not, the sled provides a highly effective way to move hundreds of pounds of lumber across trails, rails, and hills. The drivers alternate pulling the sled with riding it down the small slopes.
Dans cette discipline qu'on appelle le schlittage, on n'a pas le droit de se laisser prendre de vitesse. Et pour ne pas avoir d'accident, il faut charger en fonction de ce qu'on est capable de descendre et pas plus, quoi. C'est la seule règle parce que les freins sur une schlitt, c'est vos pieds. Et donc il n'y a rien d'autre.
The work is exhausting and dangerous, but still integral to society here. Many of the tracks and paths are well over 100 years old. Once the end is reached, the logs are removed from the sled and piled carefully for use by the community.
Alors notre séance schlitage s'arrête ici, dans cette pile de bois qui va être ensuite distribuée dans les différents foyers sur la commune. C'est ce qu'on appelle les affouages. Et puis voilà, ça sert du bois de chauffage.
The primary practitioners of slitage are people from mountainous regions of France, such as the Alps, Jura, and the Vosges Mountains. Like their Indonesian counterparts, they have spent generations adapting to their remote environment as best as possible. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.